Hey, how's it going? Today is Friday. We're taking a look at different opportunities or trying to understand what's happening within different regions. I have taken a look at UK and some of the infrastructure projects within UK and some of the market leaders, I guess, when it comes to car manufacturers, as well as I have covered yesterday a process of how to become car manufacturer within UK and what might be required of you to do it. Bringing back, I guess, I don't know. Manufacturing, I don't know. Everyone wants to do it since no one's doing it. Because nobody wants to do it. So I have touched on that in the first video. Next one, I have taken a look at European Space Agency and some of its opportunities. I think there's a competition where you can enter when it comes to manufacturing. They are offering 100,000 euros. I don't know if it's live. I don't know. I haven't taken a part in that, and what are the requirements. I don't know. I haven't seen some of the projects out there who are planning of taking part in that competition, as well as there was another opportunity where they have opened, from what I understand, satellites network within Italy, southern Italy. So I have touched on that. Within this article, I'm going to be taking a look at press release. That will be government published 2 billion vision for engineering biology to revolutionize medicine, food, and or environmental protection. Let's try to understand a little bit better. Science Minister announced national vision for engineering biology, setting out government's 2 billion plan to seize the potential of engineering biology. Okay. It was published on 5th of December, so beginning of this month, right? So as I mentioned, right, so I have covered perhaps there's 100,000 euros on the table for potentially how to. I have seen some of the projects where we're looking to print food. I don't know. Perhaps I don't know. That's a good. I'm just setting out some expectations about some of the projects and how potentially people will do it. Let's try to understand targets and how administrations set targets for themselves, right? In this article, we're going to be covering three different bullet points. That was the landmark national vision for engineering. Biology set out government's 2 billion plan to harness the power of biology to deliver new medical therapies, crop variants, eco-friendly fuels, and chemicals, cementing the UK as a science and technology superpower. Engineering, okay, that's the first one. Next bullet point would be engineering biology applies principles of engineering to biological systems, with early examples including life-saving RNA vaccines, cultivate meat, and turning waste into aviation fuel. Okay, okay. I think I have seen some of those examples. I haven't seen. I see what they're doing with fuels or fuel sources when it comes to aviation and some of the successful projects. For people who are interested, there's well-known companies who have accomplished a lot of milestones. I'm not interested in covering those. I thought I'll cover a couple of little players in the market. Well, I've noticed that perhaps there's more improvement made. And the last one, that will be a third bullet point. Vision sets out how investment, policy, and regulatory reform will support the critical technology over the next decade, and also sees launch of the engineering biology starting group. Okay, let's try to understand that. So this is what's gonna be within this article. The government's 2 billion vision to seize the enormous potential of engineering biology, an existing field of biology which could transform how they sustainably grow food. I think previously to grow it was pounds or was kilograms, right? But the process was somewhere around $25 to grow 1 pound, I think, because it was done within America. So, but over time, the process had reduced down to perhaps $5, I guess, a pound. But again, so perhaps they might touch on that. The more attention some of those projects might receive, the cheaper it might get, right? Create medical treatments and produce fuel will be unveiled by Science, Research and Innovation Minister Andrew today, 5th of December. Okay, so there's a lot of plans in place. Engineering biology describes the applications of rigorous engineering principles to biology, enabling construction of new or redesigned biological systems such as cells or proteins. It's already delivered breakthrough like life-saving mRNA vaccines such as okay, let's skip any of that. I don't want to get flagged for just mentioning that, and has been being shadow banned. So this is this is how government is trying to control people and free speech. Has been identified as one of the five critical technologies being pursued by the government. Okay, but okay. That's having the potential to grow at tremendous speed. Okay, so there's perhaps there's something good. Following extensive engagement with industry and stakeholders, the new engineering vision lays out the government strategy for turning this potential into concrete benefits of the economy and people's quality of life. Throughout 2 billion investment. By the way, that's massive investment by taxpayers, right? I don't know. I don't want to glaze over that. 2 billion. Do you know how many projects I could launch with 2 billion? I could put a lot of things in motion, and or do massive groundbreaking reforms with 2 billion. That's what I could do. I don't know what they can do, but I can do a lot with 2 billion. A lot of people can have a lot of fun with 2 billion. I can tell you one thing: 100 people, 200 people, 2 billion. Billion investment over coming decade. The funding is set to bolster the government as it works towards delivering the Prime Minister's key priorities, including fostering economic growth in the UK and creating high-paying jobs and opportunities across various industries throughout the country. So they're looking to achieve that, and they have financial backing, perhaps, or in a way of doing it. This includes investing in world-class research and development and in the infrastructure needed to boost innovative and scale it up. Ensuring regulations helps engineering biology deliver products and research to market and securing the skills and or infrastructure necessary for UK to spearhead. Okay. I'm thinking about spreadsheet and how much money are we talking about? Okay, well, but they are talking about spearheading something, right? Global advancement into transformative technologies. I have done research to understand how overnight UK have improved the way how we measuring expenditure in research and development. Overnight, they have increased just because they have changed the definitions, right? Because they changed it, they increased that overnight. It's kind of interesting way of solving problems. The government will also double down on establishing the UK as a world leader in aerospace engineering, biology, innovation by 2030. There isn't a lot of time, 6 years, right? It can be very, yeah, it's close to 6 years. Yeah. It can be very hard, right? I have seen how many initiatives were started. I can briefly, I can take a look at those initiatives. We're talking about a lot of a lot of initiatives, right? But there's for people who don't know, there's certain barriers for entry, right? And you yourself, your background and everything to take part in some of those initiatives, right? You need to be certain qualifications as well as have your organization or working in a partnership and everything. So the process itself, this is where everything would start, and as we go along, I can break down the process for people who are interested and taking a look at what the process would look like, right? So you need to be an expert in your field and all those kind of things. Where we work with industry and global partners to not only seize their benefits but also ensure potential risk is effectively addressed. An engineering biology steering group is also being launched, bringing policymakers together with the business leaders and innovators behind transforming engineering biology. Breakthroughs being made in UK to steer the government's approach to technology. Okay, good. With that amount of money, they can definitely solve a lot of problems, right? In world hunger and a lot of things, right? At least they, to say the least, at least they could try. I hope they can. I hope they can. And to do that, myself, I'm bringing more attention. By reading this article, I'm bringing more attention to the good things that they're doing. I hope they're doing good things, right? As part of the lunch of the Vision Science Minister, okay. Griffin, okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, Griffin, okay. Will also Tor Bidbio, okay. Perhaps that's the name of the project. Synthetic Biology Company, or that's what I thought. Okay, focus on human cells in Cambridge. Program cells to become mature, functional human cells for research, drug discovery, and cell therapies. During the visit, he will officially open a new wing of the laboratory facilities, expanding the research center significantly. Open new wings of the large research centers, significant signaling. What does it mean, signaling? Signaling means nothing. Signaling means nothing. That perhaps where that 2 billion will go, the collaboration between government and prominent industry players in the sector. This follows a speech at one of the field's leading conferences. Okay. So there's a lot of things happening. This builds on the 3.5 billion injection to make the UK a science and technology superpower announced in the year's spring budget. This is deliver 2.5 billion quantum strategy, which will bring the new investment, fast-growing business, and high-quality jobs in the UK, cementing its reputation and a top location to commercialize quantum and 1 billion to create the next generation of supercomputing and AI research to establish UK as a science and technology superpower. With these kind of investments, they should definitely, because perhaps UK have taken a hit with a lot of businesses and everything. UK's industry being too risky to do business here, and UK, a lot of businesses headquartered within places like London had to leave, so we have taken a hit. And if the balance sheet was green at the time, I can tell one thing: balance sheet wasn't green after they have decided to leave EU. So perhaps they're taking necessary actions to cement themselves or signal themselves that they are staying on top of things, right? Which is great. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a journal within the journal. I'm taking a look at very important areas and how to develop those small routines and how you potentially can progress, right? That would be once you would like to do something, I would highly recommend to start doing it within the next day or two, 48 hours, right? To make sure that it will stick and those things will last. You yourself would need to consider of building a habit and how you can do it. One of those ways, sticking to what you are doing for 70 days or 90 days, the way how I structure this journal. Within 90 days, there would be a page. Every page would represent a window, 24-hour windows that every single person has. Only difference is what you or others would do within that window and what kind of goals you would set for yourself. You can find it in QR code in the corner components outside below. Perhaps just because of the market being too volatile or risky, that's why not that many car manufacturing companies are currently based or planning or perhaps establishing themselves. I have covered that in today's videos, right? That would be Japanese, German, Indian, and US, right? I don't know. Perhaps that might be a reason. Perhaps it's a good start to start if the market is too risky. People are too worried and they cannot tell what would happen in the future. Perhaps there might be a lot of uncertainty in the air, right? And everything what's happening. I don't know if this article is worth it. I don't know. There's a lot of numbers, and myself, I have done enough research to understand that when they're saying research and development, we're talking about definitions, and those definitions are being changed overnight. So the imploding the numbers, so they're expanding, imploding, increasing, reducing. There's just numbers, actions. So let's focus on those, right? If they're doing it, they can prove me wrong. Great. It's not what I'm looking to achieve because this article, the way how this article is structured, Perhaps I have read too many of those to understand what's really happening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.